Hello, Mabels. I am back, and today I'm going to be talking to you about something called growth mindsets. And we're going to look at quickly look at mindsets specifically. Then we're going to look at growth mindsets. So, what is a mindset? Well, your mindset is your way of approaching problems and ideas, and how we approach our abilities. And it's how we react to the events that we experience. So, your mindset. It's this links in really well with everything we've been talking about so far, with the personal philosophies, with your critical thinking, with your resilience, with your target setting. This is all linked in, and mindsets encompass every aspect of that. So there's two sort of extreme ends of a mindset in one school of thought, and that's between growth and fixed. And these are not either growth or fixed, you're somewhere in between. So you could lean more heavily towards fixed, you could lean more heavily towards growth. But they're the two extremes. And I'm going to talk to you today about what each of these are and what we can learn from this and how we can apply this. So your growth mindset is more open to experiencing challenges and setbacks. It's a more resilient mindset and it doesn't get knocked. Your fixed mindset is a very definitive, very yes or no mindset. So your growth mindset is a lot more how can I rather than I can't. I'm going to talk to you, I'll give you a few examples. So a fixed mindset will say I can't do that. A growth mindset will say I can't do that yet. A fixed mindset will say this is too hard. A growth mindset will say, well, this needs more practice. And it's how we approach these problems. Another example of this is I failed compared to I haven't passed yet. And it's where you sit in that. And it's how we react. So a simple measure of your mindset could be when you're playing games. No matter what type of games these are. When you start a game, what setting do you set for your difficulty? And that's one way that you can look at how your mindset adjusts. Do you go for your easy settings? Right, I'm going to stick it on easy, I'm going to play through, and I'm going to finish it. That's not a growth mindset. That's quite fixed. What you're saying is, these are my limitations. A fixed mindset, you're setting your limitations. If you increase that difficulty to something beyond which you find easy, something that might actually be challenging for you, then you are actually challenging yourself and growing. And that's the growth mindset way of looking at it. But when you up this difficulty and all of a sudden you do fail, what happens? Well, if you do take that step and up that difficulty and you don't succeed in your game, do you then lower the difficulty back down to easy just so you can finish it? Or do you say, all right, what went wrong? Where did I mess up? Where did the team go wrong? How do we fix this? How do we get better? Do you instantly rage quit and reload from the last save point? Or do you carry on? What do you do about it? And this is where the growth mindset comes in. If you're aware of your growth mindset, you can work on it. So, like I was saying earlier, your growth mindset is a state of mind. It's how you think about things and how you approach things. And one of the big advantages to a growth mindset is that you can accept criticism and feedback without getting offended. That's huge. When you're giving someone or you're receiving feedback, no matter what it's about, it's easy to see the people that take it personally. Regardless of what it's on, they take it personally. They are very much a fixed mindset. And they might be able to action that feedback and learn from it, but it will take them longer because they'll be taking that personally, and it's almost like they're taking it as an insult. If you've got more of a growth mindset, you'll be open to accepting the fact that, yeah, you're not perfect at everything yet. The only way to get there is by learning where to improve. And therefore, feedback is that. It's feedback. It's tips on how to improve. So it's how you receive that. Some people would say, you're telling me that I'm doing this wrong. I don't like that. Others would see it as, you're telling me how to improve. And so just that perception of that feedback, the comments from your teacher on your homework can be interpreted in such different ways by these people. So this is where having a growth mindset can really be beneficial. It can literally be the difference between passing and succeeding. A fixed mindset person will say, I've passed. I've just got the score I want. I've passed. A growth mindset person will say, I got this far, but I want to go further. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of the science, but there is evidence to show that your brain activity is significantly higher when you get something wrong and make a mistake than when you get it right straight away. The reason for this is your brain, when you learn that you've done something wrong, when you make a mistake, your brain is trying to figure out what went wrong. Your brain is processing all that information and going, where did it go wrong? Why did I get that wrong? Whether it's a question in your homework or in a lesson, or whether you're playing a game and you've just died and you have to restart the level and your brain's going, okay, what happened there? What went wrong? Why did that happen? All these sorts of things. Your brain's trying to figure that out. You're using that energy. Your brain is thinking. Tap into it. Don't waste it. Use that brain power. If your brain is thinking anyway, don't shut it off and ignore it. Use it. Use it to your advantage. Some people can describe this as the difference between being sort of more defeatist versus more optimist. So I'm going to put up on the screen here a questionnaire, a little quiz. Some of you will have done this before. That's fine. That's brilliant. That's actually quite beneficial. I would like you to fill out this quiz, and it's just answering these 10 questions and giving yourself the score that it says on there. And at the bottom, you've got a key, and it tells you whether you're leaning more towards growth or fixed mindsets. And if you've done this before, see if you can find the result, or see if you can remember what result you got last time. Has your mindset adjusted? Has it changed? Especially during this lockdown or the lockdowns. Has anything changed about the way you think about things? And this is my mindset and this is who I am for life. No, not at all. This is your mindset at this point in time. These things can change and will change. But if you're aware of them, you can help them change. So have a look at this questionnaire and send me a message with your score. And let me know if you're happy with that score or not. You haven't got to tell me what the score is. You haven't even got to tell me what you've done. Just let me know, are you happy with how you got on? And is there anything you want to adjust? Okay, guys. See you next time.